Hello again, guys. Let's continue to the next card. Next card is called a Draconian Prison of Snow and Sky. It's normal trap, not continuous. Target one monster in your opponent's graveyard. Yes, opponent graveyard. Special summon it to your field, but negate its effects, if any. If you have any effects in that opponent's monster, negate it. Then you can banish two monsters with the same type as each other, one from each field. I'm not sure what this card do. First effect, it's alright. Special summon from opponent's graveyard to your field. But what means banish two monsters with the same type as each other? Each other like the monster you special from opponent's graveyard? Or same type as each other like I have a field monster on field, and opponent has another fiend monster on his field. Is that means same type, or maybe spell? I have spell and he has spell, or traps or monster? Not sure. If you have any idea, write a comment. But this card is very good for special from opponent's graveyard. And it's banished from field, but probably it's not so bad. If you use like if you use cards like, I don't know, if you use deck profile like Manju, no, not Manju, Grand Maju, maybe it's not so bad card to banish. But for the second part, I'm not sure what he means. So you can write a comment if you know something about it. Now for the second card, Reusable Jar, it's continue card. You can banish one trap from your graveyard, add one trap with a different original name from your graveyard to your hand. Well, I use reusable trap for cards like Trap Tricks deck, because Trap Tricks use much traps like holes, and there is much hole traps, very much trap holes, so you can use few of them. Or cards like Trap Trick, you can banish Trap Trick to add some hole trap from your graveyard to your hand, for example. And you can use this effect of reusable jars once per turn, only, again. So if you have two, you can't use it twice. Okay, next card, Dragonmaid Cleanup. This is new support for Dragonmaid. If you don't know what is Dragonmaid, maybe you see them somewhere on some other channels. This is like maidens who transform in the dragons. In this deck, return maid form to special dragon form, or dragon form to special maid form, no matter. You can do it whatever you want. So let's see it. Target one dragon monster you control and one card your opponent control or in their graveyard. So you target no matter. mate mode or dragon mode. Both are dragons, so never mind what we use. Also, you can use even dragon monster which is not dragon mate. But probably this card will work better with dragon mates. You can banish this card, oh no wait, return them to the hand. This is good because dragon mates work with return effects, exactly. Also, House Dragon Mate has effect if Dragon Mate monster is returned to hand. So yeah. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Special summon one Dragon Mate monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position, but return it to the hand during the end phase. Again return to hand. Very good. You can only use one Dragon Mate cleanup effect per turn. And only once that turn. Which means if you activate 2, you can't use 2. Just 1. So this is very good card for return to hand Dragon Mate. And most of the Dragon Mates like this one have effect when another face-up dragon monsters you control returns to your hand. You can target one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. So very good. Also, you can use Dragon Mate effects like return to special summon. For this, at the end of battle phase, return to special summon level 3. So this card is practically good for House Dragon Mate, mostly. Also you can special summon, which second effect, but you can't use both effects in once. So, okay card. Shadow Rokyo. It's continuous and a new support for shadows, I guess. During the main phase, you can fusion summon one shadow fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your field or graveyard. This card makes fusion from graveyard, people. This is amazing. Most of ways to special summon is L Shadow Fusions or Nef Shadow Fusion or I don't know, Shadow Fusion. Also you can use cards like Super Polymerization. Probably. Not sure if work well with Shadow Fusion monsters. Probably if your opponent plays with shadows or you play cards like Starving Venom. But not very rare. But this card's fusion from your graveyard. So if you want to have much monster in your graveyard, that's a shadow. Or you can send them like cards with Foolish Burial to send one monster from deck to graveyard. Or even with Reasoning. Reasoning send cards from graveyard. What else? Mathematician send cards from graveyard. Or Dark Monster Armageddon. Dark Monster sent to graveyard. So if you have much many, you can fusion from your graveyard by banishing. The only problem here is you should banish. But this card is very good. For example, if you have cards like Maju. This card gets 400 for each of your banish card. If you combine Maju in Shadow Monster deck and banish to fusion, this could be very good, but also could be very bad, because if you draw this, but you don't have this, it could be dead draw. So be careful about this tactic. But it cannot attack directly when then you can send one monster your opponent controls with the same attribute as the summoned monster to the graveyard. It sent, and it didn't target, which means monsters like, let's say, what was it? Okay, let's say Blue Eyes. The most simple. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. This card doesn't target. And it's dark, so it's good. Also, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent card effect. But this card doesn't destroy. This card sent. It sent monster to the graveyard with the same attribute. So more of the monsters are dark, so Charles Max Dragon can do nothing about it. This one way to defeat it. But I want to show you another card. Yeah. Borrowed. Neither player can target this card with monster effects. No target here. Also, Boros for Dragon cannot be destroyed by battle. Well, this is not big effect, but... Oh, this card, no, this is the same. Oh, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, neither player can target this card with monster effects. No target, no destroying, only send. Very good card for me. And it's continuous, which means every main phase it discards a life. You can fusion from graveyard by banishing. Also, you can send monster your opponent control with the same attribute. Only one problem here is you can't attack directly. The monster cannot attack directly that you special. That you fusion, but you can fusion with your normal spells for attack if you need. Okay, next card. Rebellious Dark World, where we have Dark World supports. It's normal trap card. Send one Dark World monster from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard. Fusion summon one Dark Fusion monster from your extra deck using monster from your hand or field as fusion material. Then you gain life point equal to the attack of the monster sent to the graveyard to activate this card. So, what means this? This card give you life points. How? Let's see Dark World, what will say it about it. Most people think of this Dark World, but most old player thinks about this Dark World. That's inflict LP. But let's say you have this card or this card in your hand, or cards like, I don't know, this something, Dark World Morning Stars. If you send this card from your hand or field to a graveyard for activating this card will give you this much life points the attack of the monster, which means 3000 or 215. 300, 215, 300 again. Could be much, it could be less. Also, you can fusion, but what will fusion? It's your question. Dark fusion monster. Using monster from your hand or field as fusion material. If you use Dark World, you probably will fusion summon like something like the new fusion Dark World monster. This one. Lucifer Dark World of the Morning Star. I will talk about later about it. But for this card you need 3 Dark Fairy monsters. So you can use from hand or field to fusion materials. So if you play Dark World, no matter what you use, because all of them are fairy, except Dark World Marie, but I'm not even sure how May goes Dark World. Can't even think about it. But Dark World Texture, most in common Dark Worlds. Dark World Morningstar, Dark World Nastan, the new Dark Worlds. Dark World Refugio if you want so. Superbia, whatever you take for Dark World, it will work. But you can also use it for cards like, I don't know, Starving, 2 Dark Monsters, all of them are Darks. Or maybe you want Shadow. Use Shadow cards, but like Windex, to say it. But you probably want to use Dark World. So you probably will fusion the new Dark World. So let's continue. You gain big life points most of the time. You can only activate 1 Rebellious Dark World per turn. But this is very good card actually, because you gain life points and use fusion from field or hand, which means that if you have like 5 useless, in most cases dead draw in your hand with 8 levels, to say. In this case you said you have this, nothing to use, this. Most of the cases nothing, no way to summon it. But you have this on your field. You can use this to send something like this or this from your hand to get life points. Also from your hand to fusion summon to Lucifer, which is very good. Next card is Waffle. Waffle Frightful Support. Frightful Vendor, it's continuous. This is like Waffle Vendor, not Waffle or Toy Vendor, but it's kind of different. Let me show you how. This is Toy Vendor, Spell continuous. This is Frightful Vendor, Trap continuous. Let's see. This card name because Toy Vendor while on the field or in the graveyard. This is important because you can use the new card Furful Dolphin to target 1 Toy Vendor in your graveyard, and because this is Toy Vendor on field or in the graveyard, this is Toy Vendor, so you can target any of those spots and set it to your field. Very good. Once per turn you can discard 1 card. You can discard something like, I don't know, you can discard 4 wings. You can discard I don't know, you can discard 4 wings most of the cases. You can even discard cards like a Chimp Chain if you have in your hand. And if you send it to the graveyard, it fight for a card. Which is not so bad, it sounded. Or even you can discard Toy Vendor to add H-Imp Sabers or Fluffle. But I'm not sure if if it's on field or you can use it from if it's sent from hand also. Because if this card is sent to the graveyard, it said, but not in chaos. Okay, let's continue. Discard one card, draw one card, and reveal. And if it's an Edge Imp monster, Edge Imp, some of those. There is also new Edge Imp monster. If you draw some of these from Frightful Vendor, no matter what, you can destroy one card on field. It's not summon. This is not special summon. This card say you can discard one card, draw one card revealed. Then if it's a 4/4 monster, you can special summon one monster from it. This said if it's Edge Imp, you can destroy one card on field, not special. Otherwise, place one card from your hand to either the top or bottom of the deck. Well, this card is somehow very similar to Edge Imp Sabers. If this is in your graveyard, you can place one card from your hand to the top of the deck. Special summon from graveyard in defense. Yes. Similar but different. What say Toy Vendor? Otherwise discard the card you draw. Not top or bottom, but discard it. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes house until the end of this turn. This card said if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one Edge Imp Sabers or Fluffle monster from your deck to your graveyard. I think Frightful Vendor could be used with Twin Twister, because Twin Twister is quick spell, and if you set it together with Frightful Vendor, I think this card can stop FTK of Utopia. How? Let's say Utopia. This card make Utopia 500. Double or nothing. Make this card 1000. 10,000 or 1000, not sure. If this card is used, it's half attack until end of the turn. Which means if you don't use, but most of players use double or nothing, but if you use it, it's make attack 500. If I use this in Twin Twister. If it's only 500, it make back to 250. So this is kind of protection card. It's cool, kind of. It's not spell, but it's continuous. And work very good with H-Imps. Okay, next card. Merfolk Time. This is the new archetype. Most people say this archetype is the cutest archetype. One of the cutest they ever play. Why? Because of the pictures, probably. Merfolk Time, Trap Beamer. There is Merfolk Hide and Seek spell, continuous. Merfolk Attack. Is like Monster Reborn. Merfolk Pony. Merfolk Puppy. Merfolk Catty. Merfolk Fanny and Merfolk Rabby. Those are the monsters for now, the cards for Merfolk archetype for now. What it said, detach any number of materials from Beast XYZ monsters you control, then target up to that many cards your opponent controls. Return them to the hand. So this is something like I'm not sure. It's like Madoche but different. Also, I forgot to show you Malphite Mummy and Malphite of the Forest. Also, this card said Beast XYZ monsters. Let's say we search for... Come on. Type Beast. We search for Mannequin Cat, probably, but no. More like Ronin Raccoon Sandayu. This card is another beast, very good effect monster. So you can detach any number of materials from beast XYZ monster you control, then target up to that many cards your opponent controls, cards, not monsters. Turn them to the hand, so any bags like traps or something that is set goes. Any set cards, any flip cards goes to hand. Also, all beast type XYZ monsters you currently control gain a 5000 attack, a 500 attack for each material detached to activate this card until the end of this turn. In this case, this monster you have 2, get 100 attack. Let's make 200 attack. This monster will get 200 or more because it's a 2 plus level 2 beast. This will get 115 because attack 5000 and 2 level 2 monsters. But yeah, most of the cards will get bigger. And this is not once per turn, you can activate it like 2 or 3 times, but not really matter, not really needed, because you have to say it one monster. But if you have 2 or more XYZ beasts, this could be probably better to be 2 or 3 times. Now for next cards, it's Elephant Horn. This is for the new equip monsters. What I mean by the new equipment monster. Let me check you first. Infernal Arms. Jewels. This is another noble arms and noble monsters. Infernal Arms, how to clear Infernal Arms Durandal, but we'll go for them later. Also the new ones, Infernal Knights. Very good. And they are not so less. Can make its own archetype, different from Noble Knights. Could be absolutely different. Also Sinhus. But let's see what these do. Activate one of these effects. Banish one equip spell from your field to graveyard, then you can destroy one card on the field. And you can activate one of these effects. It's normal trap, not continuous. So probably you will want to use 3 or more. Also this card could be used in Noble Knights, because come on, there is so much Noble Arms. Noble Arms are failed to... Even Queen is equip card. Excalibur, yeah, you know, Noble Arms. But it's a equip spell, so for the Queen it's not equip spell. Yeah. Then you can destroy one card on the field. Only minus you should banish from field to graveyard equip spells. And second effect is destroy one Roland monster you control. Then special summon up to 3 Fire Warriors monsters from your deck in defense position. So what is Roland monster? Let me check you. let me show you what I mean by what it's mean by Roland monster. There is a card code named Roland, even Vanguard Roland, but mostly cards is this Infernal Knight Roland. If this card is destroyed, I mean if you destroy this card, then special summon up to 3 fire warrior monster from your deck in defense position. What means this? You can special this, not this. Those 4 you can special summon. Also this card. Noble if you right. And check for fire. Check for fire. Run out. You can special fire. Well, I don't think there is more of it. But I know there was another monster that you can equip. Let me show you fast. If I found it. Quick Knight. Another warrior equip. Fire warrior. Sublime Knight. Another fire warrior. Gearfried God Phoenix Gearfried. Another warrior. And it didn't know which level, but it said whose total levels equal 9, but negate their effects. Also, you cannot special summon monsters until the end of your next turn except warrior monster. Well, this card said you better play with warrior monsters. And also negate effects. So, if you special God Phoenix Gearfried with this card, you can special only him, but then his effect will be negated. You can special for attack or for defense. More for defense because it's special in defense position. So this card is very good, but you should use only monsters most of the case. But this is card for like equip spell monsters like this one, or like those one. Monsters that use equip spell cards. And the warriors, all of them. So it's not a problem to use this card. Just don't forget, you can't make something like, I don't know, Utopia, I guess is yeah, it's also warrior, so you can use Utopia, but you can't use I don't know, monsters like this one, Machine, or like Diamond Werewolf. It's beast, not warrior. Or like Baguska Quest, it's not warrior. It's like the end. You can't use those type, but you can use Utopia. Or if you want to XYZ, you can use cards like Sacred Double Knight. It's all of them are warriors. Artorigus, or whatever you want, or even XYZ monster like in Noble Knight. Everyone's good. But as long it's not different than warrior monster. It even doesn't say fire warrior monster. It says warrior monster. So that means you can special Isolde. Isolde, very good card. It's warrior. So, okay. First column is ready. Now for the next one. Dragma Encounter. It's trap, normal trap card. Diagma is a new archetype again. New archetype. Activate one of these effects. By the way, just to show you all of Diagma cards, I will talk about only for her for now, but to show you others. Diagma Punishment is the other one. Disciple of the Nadir is Diagma card. It doesn't have Diagma name, but it is Diagma card. Dogmatic Nation Diagma, of course. Oh yeah, Albus Nullius Filius. This is Diagma card without Diagma name. Cardinal of Dogma, Tetradiagmaton. Maximus Diagma, Leodulis, the Diagma Knight. This should be some kind of French card for OCG, I guess. Adin the Diagma Oracle, Theo the Diagma Iron Hammer. This is whole archetype Diagma. Ecclesia the Diagma Saint. And I think this is it. Probably. Oh, and the Bastard the Ashen Dragon. Bastard. Yep. Well, those are. Okay. Activate one of these effects. Special summon one Diagma monster, like Maximus Diagma, yeah, Diagma Knight, you get it. Or one Albus Nullius Filius from your hand. But should be from your hand, not from deck. Albus is this one. You will ask why him. I will tell you later, of course. Take one Diagma monster or one Albus Nullius Filius, this is second effect, from your graveyard and either add it to your hand or special summon it. This special summon from graveyard or add to your hand or special first effect of this card if you have two of those. But you can activate one Diagma counter per turn, so if you use this effect to add to your hand, you can use the other one on your next turn or on your opponent's turn. This is good to fusion Bastard, because Bastard need Albus Nullius Filius. So you already know why. For next card, Diagma Punishment, again normal trap card. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Send one monster from your extra deck to the graveyard with an equal or higher attack, and if you do, destroy the targeted monster. So you should have much extra deck. It's not only this card. It could be, but not only. And if you use super polymerization, to say it, to use Albus Nullius Filius, you can use super polymerization and fusion with Utopia if your opponent decides to make some FTK combo to special Bastard. Very cool, isn't it? So if your opponent control monsters like 215 attack, you can send this card, or if you have another bigger monster in your extra deck, you can send it for another equal or higher attack to destroy the targeted monster. The problem is here, this is target, which means if your opponent have cards that cannot be targeted or cannot be destroyed by your opponent effects, you cannot use this card. Like Oh, I still forget that monster name. Like Boreworld, you can destroy it. Like Max, again, you can't destroy it. Until the end of your next turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon from the extra deck. Yeah, Diagma is archetype that you cannot special from extra deck to use its effects, most of the cases. You can activate one Diagma punishment per turn, only one. So be careful with this new archetype. You can have much XYZ, much fusions, synchros, but most of the cases you couldn't special summon them if you use Diagma. But you can use scent effects or work on player strategy to destroy opponent cards or something like that. And for power you can use just the original Diagma's monster. Yeah. Okay, next card is Spiral Reborn. It's trap normal card, and if I should guess, this card is using for Gaia the First Knight archetype. Target one level 7 or lower dragon monster in your graveyard. To say it, you can probably use Curse of Dragon, or just play the original Curse of Dragon, no matter. Special summon it, and if it's Gaia the Dragon Champion, who is Gaia the Dragon Champion? Let me see. Oh, probably it's wait a second. Gaia the Dragon Champion. I think it was this Gaia the Dragon Champion. This is a very old card. Very old card. This is from the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! No first with zero season, but first season when there is no tribute, no fusion, and Yugi use it to defeat Weevil, the Kingdom of Cards or something like that. So if it's Gaia the Dragon Champion, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. So cannot be targeted with card effects. Also it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So it's something like making this like Boreworld. No can target, no can destroy it. It could be good, but I don't know. You can only activate one Spiral Reborn per turn. So this card works best with this card, the Dragon Champion. So it works with fusion. So when you use this card, you should make sure you will use the Dragon Champion. You can use it like with cards like Dragma to send it from extra to graveyard, or just special summon it and make it destroyed somehow, or use tributs, or use this one. Torrential tribute, or if you want, use Dark Hole for send all monsters and these cards to graveyard. So yeah. Spiral Discharge, another support for Gaia. But this time it's continuous card. While Gaia the Dragon Champion, another, again, this Gaia, the Dragon Champion, except if you haven't card that it's traded like Gaia the Dragon Champion. But no. Okay. While Gaia the Dragon Champion is in your monster zone, which is very easy now with Master Rule 5, your opponent's monsters cannot target monsters for attacks except Gaia the Dragon Champion. When an attack is declared involving your Gaia the Dragon Champion, for the first sentence, your opponent's monsters can target only Gaia the Dragon Champion, only this one. So that means those cards should make this card untouchable. And I guess it will have a card that will give him attack. I'm not sure yet because I don't know most of the cards. But we'll continue and we'll see. When an attack is declared involving your Gaia the Dragon Champion, which is every attack while this trap and Gaia the Dragon Champions is on field, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. So I'm not sure if some monster attack my Gaia Dragon Champion, could I destroy this monster to stop his attack? This is good question. If you know answer, write in the comments. You can only use this effect of spiral discharge once per turn. Which effect? You can target one card on the field and destroy it. The only problem is if you fight with something like Borrowed Dragon. You can't use this for destroy Borrowed Dragon because Borrowed cannot be target. Also, you can destroy Blue Eyes Max because he can't be target also. So be careful. Dice Again is probably most stupid card on the world, but if you ever use cards like Master King to say it, or to say Archfiend Commander, not those, because it's not. But if you use Vilepalm Archfiend, or something like that, or cards like Dice Jar, it may be good. But actually this card doesn't affect roll dice, but instead it roll dice. How to say it? Roll a 6-sided die, and if the result is 1 or 6, add one card that has dice rolling effect from your deck to your hand. That means cards like Dice Jar and Archfiends, yeah. Otherwise, roll a 6-sided die again and apply the results. 1 or 6, return this card from the field to the hand. 2, 3, 4 or 5, place this card from the field on top of the deck. Which is very stupid. So for the best, I should roll 1 or 6. But I guess there is some cards that change roll. Let me say about it. Let me see about it. Hmm. Yeah, that's 6 to say it. So that means if I have this card and I activate this card, I can make, if I roll for 1, 3 or 5 to make it like 6. So if I roll for first, I can make, and I roll 3, that make, that means this actually is 6. And I can add dice rolling effect card, except to roll again or return this card to my hand or top of the deck. So yeah, this is good only if you have cards that can make you sure you will roll 1 or 6. In all other ways, don't waste your time with this card. Dragon Cycle of Celestial Illusions. It's quick spell. Tribute one Worm monster. Okay, we are going with Worm monsters. What means by this? Maybe probably of you know about the newer Worm archetype. Just to see it. Tenii. It's this is them, it's made of non-effect monsters cards. Like this one. Non-effect monsters means there is no effects on it. Set this card, non-effect. This card, well, it's same card. This card, non-effect. So non-effect monsters can be fusion, or link or ritual or whatever you think. Not only normal. But can be whatever you want, but it should not have effect. That means non-effect monster. So, and Tenii, it's all worm monster. All worm. So let's continue. Add one worm monster from your deck to your hand, or if you tributed a non-effect monster, well, this card used non-effect monsters. Monk of the Tenii is one example for non-effect monster, so you can tribute him. To what? To activate this card, you can special summon. You can special summon it from your deck instead, but negate its effect. So I can tribute this to special this, but non-effects. But this is no problem because I can link it for this again and I can use its effect from graveyard. I think the effect is negated only when it's on field, when it's summoned. If it's in graveyard, I think it's not negated anymore. Drink your main phase if you control a face-up non-effect monster like this one. Or like this one. Maybe this one because this is more strong. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Add one Tenii card. Wow, this already said Tenii card. Which means Tenii card spell trap monster whatever you want. Cool, right? To your hand, from your deck to your hand. You can only use one Dragon Cycle of Celestial Illusion effect per turn. And only once that turn. So you can activate 2 and you can use only one effect. So that means you can tribute 1 to add 1 rare monster from your head to your hand. Or to special if you tribute non-effect monster to activate it. Or drink your main phase If you control face-up non-effect monster, you can banish this card from graveyard to add one 10E card from your deck to your hand. So for second effect, this should be in graveyards. So most in time you will use first effect when you activate it. But this card, you can use 3 of them. You can use 1, 2. Because some cards like, I don't know, but I think some of them maybe will return this card. But it's not 10E card, so I'm not sure. Well, this card works good with 10E, whatever you think about it. Another, or maybe not. It looks like Dark World card, but instead I think it's Forbidden card. What means by this? When you say forbidden, there is forbidden scripture, there is forbidden lands, forbidden dress, forbidden chalice. That's all. But most of these negate effects to make attack lower, or take lower attack for negate effects, or something like that. So let me show you what you do. Forbidden Droplet is quick effect, right? Send any number of other cards from your hand and or field to the graveyard. Until the end of this turn, half the attack of exactly that many effect monster your opponent controls. So if I send 5 from your hand or field, that means I can half attack of 5 monster that but only effect monster that my opponent controls. So most of the cases my opponent will have 3 monsters, so I can send 3 from hand or my field. Most cases will be from hand because I don't want to be empty field. So also negate their effects. Well, that is good effect already. So negate effects and half attack. This is stopping for Utopia with sure. Your opponent cannot activate card or the same effects of card with the same original type of card. Your opponent cannot activate cards, okay, or the effect of cards with the same original type of card, monster, spell, or trap, as the card sent to the graveyard to activate this card. And responsible to this response to this card's activation. So my opponent cannot activate cards to respond to this card activation or activate card effects with same original type of card as the card sent to the graveyard. So I can send monster, trap, or spell to graveyard. So if I use monster, spell, or trap, he can activate any monster, spell, or trap effects to negate this spell. Yeah, it's a little harder, but it makes sense. You can only activate one forbidden droplet per turn. This is kind of good. It's like I don't know, Valor plus something that make attack less. The only thing is you should send from your hand. But it's almost like sending Valor. But it's half of the attack of monster, also plus negate effect. So it's very cool. And it's not during your end turn. It's about until the monster is on field, I think. So It's very good. Next card is Fury of Karyushin. Oh, this is a water thing. Something like legendary fisherman. I smell like a fish. Okay, I didn't smell like fish, but I smell a fish. But I think it's something like Yumi. Let's see it. Normal card. Add one torrential tribute. Oh, it's torrential tribute. Well, torrential tribute. From your deck to your hand. Okay, if you use this card will be good. If a water monster, here we go, your control would be destroyed by card effect, like torrential tribute. You can banish this card from your graveyard instead, which means if legendary fisherman special summon destroyed by this, you can banish this from your graveyard instead of destroying your monster. You can only use each effect of Fury of Karyushin once per turn, so you can use both, but you can activate just once. One time discard per turn. Very good. So torrential tribute. So use this and torrential tribute when you use water deck. It makes sense, right? Blizzard. Let's see. It's quick spell. Target one face-up spell your opponent controls. Until the end of this turn, negate the activated effect on the field of that card and until the end of this turn, negate the activated effects on the field of that card and of spells with the same original name. Also, if the target card will be sent to your opponent's graveyard, return it to their hand instead. You can only activate one Blizzard per turn. What you can do with this card? Let me show you one card. Let me see. I think it was... No, I'm not sure what was the name. Tenki. If your opponent activate Fire Formation Tenki, you can use this card to negate effect of adding. Yeah, also it won't gain 100 attack to all Beast Warrior monsters. But instead this card can be activated only one per turn. So if your opponent activate Fire Formation Densu after this card, you can stop it with this card. So yeah, this card works best for continuous card spell. Let's say your opponent use Trickster and your opponent use let me see. Your opponent use cards like Trickstar Flag Stage. He can't add Trickstar monster. Or targets set spell or target set card or make the additional damage. It can't. Just stop this card. But it works only for spell cards, so be careful. It's not for Trickster Incarnation. It works with Trickster Flag Stage because it's spell. No matter what, field, quick, continuous, but it's better to be continuous or field spell because if this card is sent, if the target card that would be sent to opponent's graveyard, it is returned to their hand, which means if you use it on Raigeki, to say it, this card goes to your opponent hand because it's sent to graveyard when it's played. And this card will be just useless then, because he can activate it again. This card stops only effects of that card and of spells with the same original name. But I think it's only on the field. I mean, if this card returns to hand and use it, it won't be stopped by Blizzard. I'm not sure, but you can write a comment if you know about it. Okay, next card. 3 tactical talents. Most of you maybe know it, other of you maybe don't know it. But this card is very good for many things. Most of YouTubers call this card Pot of Greed, Mind Controller, and something like shuffle card from your opponent card or opponent hand, I don't know what. Let's say what do. It's a normal spell trap. If your opponent has activated a monster effect previously during your main phase this turn, activate one of these effects. Draw 2 cards. Take control of one monster until your opponent controls until the end phase. And look at your opponent's hand. Also shuffle 1 card from their hand into the deck. You can only activate 3 tactical talents per. So what means by this? If you get cards like Pot of Extravagance to say it, and your opponent use Ash, your opponent just negate the effect, but he use during your main phase, he use monster effect, which means you can use 3 tactical talents, because he has activated the monster effect previously during your main phase this time. That means this should be activated before you activate 3 tactical talents, so be careful. Also, this card can be activated only once per turn, not 2, just 1. And you can use only one of these effects. So you can draw 2 cards if you think you need more cards in hand, or take control of opponent's monster if you feel you need it. It's until the end phase, so it's never mind. Or to look your opponent's hand to see what you actually play versus, and also shuffle 1 card from their hand. Okay, I think to make break, so see you in the next video. Also subscribe to my channel and write comment in the video below. So let's see. I will see you in the next video. Enjoy!